If you think used plastic bottles have only one destination, the trash bin, then you're about to be surprised. In the world of DIY, every plastic bottle is like a piece of raw material full of potential, just waiting for your crafty hands to transform it. From rustic decorative items and handy tools for your workspace, to practical gadgets that help with repairs. Everything can start from a bottle that once seemed useless. Today, we're going to explore how to turn these familiar objects into creations that are not only clever, but also full of personal creativity. I'm going to turn these pieces into a simple automatic drip irrigation system. Start by drilling a small hole in the bottle cap. This simple step opens the door to a lot of clever DIY applications. Next, prepare a plastic tube about 69 centimeters long. This tube will act as the main channel that guides air, water, or any solution you plan to use in your DIY setup. Next, I'm going to divide this tube into 3 equal sections, each about 23 centimeters long. Cutting the tube into smaller segments gives you more flexibility in how you use it. Whether you want to create multiple small connectors, build separate dispensing lines, or combine them into a more complex DIY setup. After splitting the tube into 3 sections, I'll take another piece of plastic tubing and cut it lengthwise. Next, I'll prepare a small block of wood to serve as the base. This wooden piece will give the entire setup a solid foundation. Next, I'll mark the exact points on the wooden block where I need to drill. Using a pencil or marker, I'll measure and place small, precise dots so the holes line up perfectly. Then, I'll place the tube end cap onto the marked spot and use a screw to fasten it securely to the wooden block. By drilling the screw straight through the cap and into the wood, it becomes firmly attached, creating a solid mounting point. Later on, I'll be able to insert the plastic tubing into this fixed end cap, allowing the drip irrigation system to sit neatly in place and stay stable during use. Next, I'll use a heat gun to soften the split tube. Gently warming the plastic will make it flexible and easy to shape without cracking. Then, I'll take a flat piece of wood and press it down on the softened tube. This helps flatten the plastic evenly while it's still warm and flexible. By keeping steady pressure on it for a few seconds, The tube cools down in a perfectly flattened shape, creating a clean, stable base that will hold the drip line securely in place. Next, I'm going to cut this flattened piece into 2 separate plastic strips. Then I'll use a heat gun again to soften each plastic strip. As the material warms up, it becomes flexible enough to bend into the exact shape I need. I'll use a larger pipe as a mold to help shape the softened plastic into a smooth curve. By pressing the heated strip around the bigger tube, I can form a rounded bend that's both strong and consistent. This curved shape will act as a support bracket, perfect for holding the plastic bottle in place when the drip irrigation system is set up. Now I'll take one of the 23 centimeters plastic tube pieces I cut earlier, and this time I'll use super glue to attach it firmly to the curved support bracket. I'll apply a thin, even layer of glue along the contact points, then press the tube onto the bracket and hold it in place for a few seconds until the glue begins to set. To make the connection even stronger, I'll add a bit of baking soda along the glue joint and then apply another drop of super glue over it. The reaction between the baking soda and the glue creates a fast hardening, rock-solid bond that sets almost instantly. This not only reinforces the attachment, but also fills any tiny gaps between the tube and the curved support. Next, I'll take another 23 centimeters tube and attach it to the bottle cap I drilled earlier. I'll start by placing a small amount of super glue on the cap, then press the tube firmly onto it to create the initial bond. Once it's in place, I'll sprinkle a layer of baking soda over the joint and add another layer of super glue on top. This combination instantly hardens, forming a very strong and rigid connection that ensures the tube stays securely attached to the cap, ready to serve as the main channel for the drip irrigation system. Finally, I'll seal the other end of the tube with a tube end cap. This closes off the opening, preventing any water from leaking out and directing the flow exactly where it's needed. This way, water can flow directly from the bottle into the tube. Next, I'll draw a square on the lower part of the bottle's body and carefully cut it out. With this square cutout, you can easily pour water into the bottle whenever it runs low. The opening makes refilling quick and convenient. so your drip irrigation system can keep working continuously without interruptions. It turns a bottle into a reusable, user-friendly reservoir that's simple to maintain. For the section with the tube and bottle cap, I'll drill 2 small holes on the side of the tube. These holes act as tiny vents or overflow points, helping to regulate the water flow and prevent airlocks inside the tube. Next, I'll take a cotton swab and cut it in half. I'll insert the 2 half cotton swabs into the small holes. They act as tiny regulators, controlling the amount of water that drips out. By adjusting the position or density of the cotton, I can fine-tune the flow, ensuring a steady, gentle drip that delivers just the right amount of water to the plants without flooding or wasting any. To prepare another section, I'll take an additional bottle cap and drill a hole in it. I ensure that any tube or attachment fits snugly and securely, maintaining a leak-free and efficient setup for the irrigation system. Next, I'll take a bicycle valve and insert it through the hole I just drilled. By using this valve, you can control both the flow and the drip rate of the water. Turning the valve adjusts how much water comes out, giving precise control over the irrigation system, so your plants get exactly the right amount of moisture. Now, I'll place the water bottle onto the support bracket. Make sure it sits securely and rests evenly on the curved holder with the bottle in place. The entire drip irrigation system is stabilized, ready to deliver water through the tubing in a controlled and steady manner. Next, I'll take the system and test it out. I'll fill the bottle with water and watch how it flows through the tubes and drip points. This allows me to check for leaks, ensure the drip rate is consistent, and confirm that all connections, caps, tubing, and supports are secure. First, I'll test a section of tubing with the 2 cotton swabs. I'll place 2 small plants directly under the cotton inserts to see how the water drips out. This lets me observe the flow rate and ensure the cotton is regulating the water properly, providing a gentle and consistent drip to each plant without overwatering. Next, I'll test a section with the bottle cap and the bicycle valve. I'll adjust the valve to control the flow and watch how the water drips out. You can also hang the system using the hook at the base. By suspending the bottle in tubing, gravity helps the water flow naturally through the drip lines. This setup keeps the system off the ground, making it more stable, easier to refill, and more convenient to position above plants for efficient irrigation. Overall, this DIY drip irrigation system works surprisingly well considering how simple materials are. The combination of drilled caps, tubing, cotton swabs, and a bicycle valve allows precise control over water flow, ensuring a steady, gentle drip for the plants. It's easy to refill, easy to adjust, and very stable when placed on a support bracket or hung using the hook. This project shows that with a bit of creativity, everyday items like plastic bottles and tubing can be transformed into a functional, efficient, and cost-effective irrigation solution. In conclusion, building your own drip irrigation system is not only practical, but also a fun and creative way to reuse everyday materials. From plastic bottles to simple tubing and cotton swabs, each component plays an important role in making the system work efficiently. Once assembled, it provides a reliable, low-maintenance way to keep your plants healthy and hydrated. With a little patience and ingenuity, you can create a sustainable solution that saves water, supports your garden, and turns ordinary household items into something truly useful.